Hello and welcome, my beautiful Aries. Thank you for joining me for your pocketbook reading today. It's been an interesting week. Let's check out the corporate career tarot and find out how you're feeling about your money right now. Okay. That answers that question. How you're feeling about long-term investments. Very powerful. Yay, yay. Yeah, yeah. How are you? Risks and opportunities. So let's. Okay. Yeah, no, we're gonna see what these have to say. Boop, 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 and then this came out separate. So these guys are connected. And then that one came out separate. Not sure if it's opportunities. We'll find out in a second. If they don't give us any more cards, then that's probably opportunities. But we will check. Okay, opportunities. Do we have any opportunities? Any other cards? Thank you. So I'm not sure what that. Okay, way too many cards. Lots of opportunities, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's put that there. That one kind of goes with this one. Okay. Well, let's check. This is a lot of cards. I wasn't expecting that. I was looking for 4 cards. Thank you, Corporate Tarot, for being so abundant and bountiful in your selection. Okay, so how you're feeling currently about your money situation. This also could be career. So as we read the cards, we will find out what's going on here. So we have the 2 of Wi-Fi, and it's in the reverse. 2 Wi-Fi is in traditional tarot. It's also 2 Pentacles, or Wi-Fi is, the traditional is Pentacles, the way that I read these cards. So this card talks about sadness and surprise is what it wants to talk about. So you're either, perhaps you were surprised and saddened by the recent events in terms of the, pandemic situation that we are living in at this time. And now you're kind of coming out of that. In terms of 2 of Pentacles, you are, you felt like you were juggling before, but now you don't feel that any longer. So maybe things are getting a little bit more stable for you, and that's kind of where I feel, or the energies that are coming off of those 2, or that card. And in terms of, I talked a little bit about this is money. It could also be career. I'm feeling like this is very much about your money, that 2 of Wi-Fi here. And then let's see what we have here are the 3 of Wi-Fi. So 3 of Pentacles, and the contingent staff, which is also the Star. So you're feeling really hopeful. I'm still getting a money vibe on this in terms of, probably your money and your career. You are building, you're still building with your either your organization that you're with, or building personally, in terms of your career, and you're feeling very hopeful about that. Now let's see what else they want us to talk about. Effort versus disappointment. And then for contingent staff, it says, is desperately hoping to become a full-time hire, all the while pimped by an overcharging, second-rate outfit, skimping on health and PTO benefits. Okay, well, yeah, that's, I think that's just true. Anyway, sorry. It is funny. Okay. Yeah, so these cards are a little bit cheeky. They're a little bit, tongue-in-cheek, I should say. But I don't get a vibe that this is about your career. Really, the the three of Wi-Fi, the effort is what I'm really getting here, that you are still putting in that effort and energy to make this current situation that we are living in work for you. So, and this contingent staff is really more about hope, right? And the situation. So these are actually really great cards. This is a great place for you to be in terms of how you're currently feeling about your money and your career. So for your long-term outlook, and this could be long-term investments, long-term gain, could also be obligations, right? Or just taking the long view in terms of your career. What's that going to look like? Where are you going to be in 5 years? Where are you going to be in 10 years, right? We always get those questions. So you have the 8 of Power, which is also considered the 8 of Wands. Let's have a look here. Conflict and accident. Okay. So, in 8 of, they don't want me to talk about 8 of Wands. They want me to talk about this conflict versus accident. So Wands are power, a very passionate card here. And so you might be going through a tough time right now and really be, having a hard time seeing clearly into the future, both for those long-term investments, right? Things are very up in the air, and so you want to trust in yourself and in conventional wisdom when it comes to your long-term prospects. But yeah, there's a little bit of an upheaval going on for you when you think about what that looks like long-term, either your money or your career. So we might want to get some clarification on that one. All right, in terms of risks, okay, we got quite a few cards popped out all together. We got the 5, which is a social media manager, which is also the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant, this is conventional wisdom, right? And so let's just look at what it says about social media manager. Is always putting out the good news and counting followers. Never the bad news. Never the bad news. Never the bad news. Okay. So this is being clarified by the King of Power. So there is somebody, this could be you. It's got intelligence versus cruelty, something to think about. So it says King of Power pragmatically disseminates cloud-based machine learning products. Okay. Now, I'm getting that this is a person, either you or somebody in your life who's a very passionate individual. And it could be that they are following conventional wisdom. Let's see what this card is being clarified by the 3 of Signal, also the 3 of Swords. Now this is in reverse, so this is a passionate comeback is what I am getting. So it might be that it might be the risks here are that you could have you could be following conventional wisdom in a very like passionate way, and perhaps feeling as though you've been really broken in the past, but you're coming out of that. But it's in the risks position. So it's just a cautionary tale that you might be feeling like you're bouncing back, during this time, but this is a risky kind of energy and position to be in. And let's find out a little bit more about that, because like I said, I'm feeling like the King of Power is you, like you're getting your mojo back. But we also have the Six of Signals in reverse. So the Six of Signal is a signal of swords, right? So in traditional tarot, Six of Swords. And this is the Six of Swords in reverse, which usually means you are, you're stuck. You're, to me, it's, you know, the Six of Swords is about movement, about travel, about, you know, changing your environment. So moving away from choppy waters into calmer and more peaceful space. But this card is in reverse. So what he's trying to say is that though you might have, you might be feeling as though you are bouncing back now, it might be that you have a false sense of I'm getting stability, and that really it's too soon. Here's the risk. It's too soon to count on that conventional wisdom that we are going to be traveling to a peaceful, you know, place in the future. So you might be feeling that bounce back, and that's great. But the risk involved in that is that you feel like, you know, we're already on our path to calmer waters, but the reality is we're not. We're actually stuck in it, and we're not moving. Our environment hasn't changed very much, so we're not moving forward in to the space that we want to be. So that's your risks card. I was just trying to think about, you might be feeling that. So I'm getting really just, this is a lot about money at this point. So far I haven't gotten anything that's really feeling more career, other than this very optimistic point of view, working together with your colleagues and in your job, which is great. It's great. But the risks, you know, we already talked about the risks involved in that. So in terms of opportunity, we have the Three of Coffee, which coffee cups in traditional tarot. Three of Cups is a very warm and celebratory card. It's very much, you know, you got three threes here, I have to say. You have the Three of Pentacles, you have the Three of Cups, both in the upright position, and then you have the Three of Signal, which is Three of Swords, in the reverse position, which actually is not bad, because Three of Swords, traditional tarot, is a heartbreak card, and it's a very devastating card when it's in the upright position. It's still a devastating card to have, but this is in a reverse position, which means you're moving out of that energy, which is really good. But I just wanted to point this out. You've got these all these threes. They're, you know, working within your community, feeling, you know, very celebratory, and just in general in a good place. So Three of Coffee is here to say that there is plenty of opportunity, and the opportunity, the like where you want to put your focus is on that working with other people, right? Working together. That is where the opportunity is right now, versus you know, having your money and your career, having it just be all about you. Whatever collaborations that you are in right now, this card is here to say that those are the, you know, the things that you want to focus on right now. So it's a really good space to be. Let's see if we can clarify this Eight of Power. They didn't really want to tell me much about your long-term view here, other than you weren't really feeling very confident, I guess, about being able to see clearly what the future might look like. So why is that 8 of Power here? And let's see, 8 of Power. We might also do one other. What is the 8 of Power here for my Aries? Can you tell us more about this long-term point of view? What is happening long-term for my Aries? Okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Well, so it looks like something is coming to an end. This is the end of a chapter, end of a cycle. You have reached this point in your life, maybe. I mean, this is a major arcana, this card. It speaks of, you coming to the end of a journey and having all this experience and knowledge now, really feeling fulfilled. But this is, in terms of, it's clarifying the 8 of Power, the 8 of Wands card. So what we want to know is for the long term, how it is that you are really feeling about it. And, it looks like this is something that you want for, I was going to say for, could be career, that you want fulfillment, you want this kind of end point, and you want your long-term investments to be the, obviously very, very rich, in terms of being able to support you. And then also your career, you're really feeling like you have the knowledge and the wisdom and the experience that you have gained from a lifetime working in what it is that you do. So I think this is a very positive card, actually, we talked a little bit about there being this upheaval, and that just could be speaking to the environment, the current environment. But that the outlook for you really is a very positive one. So let's get an advice card from the Success Oracles, and let's see what they have to say about making money, how to keep it, and how to make it meaningful. Let's get one oracle card for you. And sometimes these pop out, and sometimes it's half enough. Oh, there we go. So we got a popper. Here we go. Your Success Oracle is Takashi Murakami. So, how to make money. Takashi says, if a museum's cash register rings, answer it. And how to keep that money, he says, the difference between style and brand is copyright. Wow. And then finally, how to make it meaningful. Earn your artistic license to change lanes. All right. So to me, this is very much about flexibility and maintaining that positive point of view as you are navigating these very choppy waters, right? We're still in the chop. That's what the 6 of Signal is saying. It might feel like that we're moving away from it, because you have this very positive point of view as an Aries. That is very characteristic of an Aries, right? But remaining flexible, using that. Look at this card. He just looks like the epitome of positivity, really. So using that strength that you have, Aries, and maintaining that, incredible, good, optimistic feeling, and spreading and just emanating that that positivity is very powerful. And I think this is saying, do that. Continue to be you. Just make sure that, you're being flexible and adaptable and recognizing at the right moment, when you need to make another move, make a change. So these are great. Awesome cards. Thank you so much, Aries, for joining me for your pocketbook reading. And I hope this resonated with you. If so, leave me a comment, let me know. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you again next week, I hope, when we do your love readings. Thank you. Bye.